All right, welcome to 97.7 FM and Cityscape. I'm your host, Joe Martinez, and today we have a very special guest in the studio. But before that, I want to welcome everyone that is watching us over our Facebook Live, over our YouTube channel, as well as listening to us over 97.7 FM, the airwaves, or online. So, welcome for tuning in to another great Cityscape video. And like I mentioned, we have a great interview today. We have Sarah Atkins from Vitality Family Medical Group. She is one of the co-owners, and she is one of the providers there at Vitality Family Medical Group. So welcome for coming into the studio.
Thank you for having us today.
Now we want to give a shout out to the two gentlemen that are with her. You want to kind of give a shout out to them?
Well, my husband Dante, big supporter, and then our amazing marketer Albert.
Fantastic. Shout out to them. Yes. They're behind the scenes. We want to also give a shout out to Juan and to Renee, who are behind the scenes over there, making the magic happen behind the board. So now let's get started with this interview. Tell us, what makes Vitality different from the other clinics?
So we are a primary care clinic, but we really focus on trying to optimize health, both, from a medical standpoint, but also trying to encourage patients to change lifestyle so that we can focus more on a kind of all natural approach versus always just pushing, say, medications or things like that.
And so now the allergy season is upon us, right? Or does it even leave here in the valley, right? It kind of feels like it never leaves.
Sometimes right? it's for some patients, a lot of patients, it's year round.
So then what kind of tips or what can you tell us about allergy season here in the RGV?
Well, I think that number one, we need to identify causes, right? And so a lot of people don't know what their allergy triggers are. It could be food triggers, it could be pet triggers, environmental, like grasses, pollens, weeds, things like that. So number one, identifying where the triggers are so that we can learn how to maybe lessen them. A lot of people, like myself, I'm a dog person, but a lot of people have pets. And when we do the allergy testing at the clinic, they don't even realize that they're allergic to, say, dogs or cats, and they have dogs or cats in their home.
So step number one is go get tested.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And most primary care clinics, as well as ours, you can do either skin testing or there's blood panels that we simply, when we draw your blood for, say, your annual or biannual lab work, we can add those allergy panels in, and they test for the majority of common allergens. So.
Well, that's good. I didn't know that. I didn't know you can incorporate it into that annual.
Yes.
Blood work that
most
you get done.
insurances will cover it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, yes.
Fantastic. I didn't know that. I learned something new today.
Yes.
So that's I know that some of y'all might not like the more invasive testing. You said there's a skin test also that can.
Yeah, there's a lot of the allergen clinics. Some of the primary care clinics, they do the skin testing, which sometimes can be more costly. Honestly, people get scared because it's a bunch of needle pricks on your skin, and people get scared when they hear that, but honestly, you barely even feel it. Mm-hmm. The needles that they use, they just barely scratch the surface of the skin, and then we watch for a reaction. And so the only kind of difference between the blood panel and the skin panel is I think we get better insurance coverage with the blood panel than the opposing. So yeah.
Is there one that is more accurate than the other?
No, I would say, honestly, they're probably both as accurate. I think maybe the blood panel is probably more accurate because we're actually testing for the antibodies, where with the skin testing, if you've recently taken allergy medications, even some of the gastritis medications, you might get a false negative where the skin doesn't react like it should for allergens. So because that reaction is suppressed by the medications. So
fantastic. If you're just joining us, we are talking with provider and co-owner of Vitality Family Medical Group in McAllen. Where are you folks located?
So we're right at the corner of First Street and Pecan, just a little bit down from where the McAllen post office is. So.
Are you folks on social media?
We are. We have, I think, Instagram, Facebook, and then there's a website as well. So
And they can find you as Vitality Family Medical Group, correct?
yes,
Okay.
.com. Yep.
.com. Oh, and
Yeah.
we'll tag you
Yeah.
on this show, so they can find you. So now let's keep talking about Vitality. What are some of the other I guess services that you offer? Some of the other things you focus on there at your clinic?
So we do all family care. So we see patients from newborns all the way up to geriatric or older population. We have a lab there where we can draw blood work right there in the clinic. We do IV therapy for patients if needed. We have injections. So if you come in sick to the clinic, we can give you antibiotic injections, steroids, whatever is medically necessary. We have our spa side where we have the aesthetics. We do the bioidentical hormone replacements.
Tell me about that.
So there's a lot of new research coming out about balancing hormones. And so some of the research, it talks about how do we get old because of age, or do we get old because our hormones become out of balance? A lot of people will have chronic fatigue symptoms, weight issues, hair, skin, and nail issues, difficulty with sleep, brain fog, which could be anxiety, depression, difficulty concentrating, forgetfulness. And a lot of times we get their hormones back into balance, and a lot of those symptoms either resolve or improve significantly. And so with the hormones, we have to do testing first to see if you actually need it, right? If you're a candidate, we do, different screenings, blood work, things like that. And then if you are a candidate, we do the pellets right there in the clinic. So.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Did I miss anything, or is there any other service or treatment that you guys want to focus on?
I'm sure I missed something. We manage all chronic conditions, so diabetic, hypertension, all of that. So we do a little bit of everything.
Right. So. I know that diabetes is a big thing here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Yes, we I think now the 6th or 7th year in a row we are the fattest city in the U.S.
Wow.
And I think it's 4th on the list of the top 10 for rates of diabetes. And so, obesity and diabetes go hand in hand because it's what's called dysmetabolic syndrome. And so managing that, and actually that's another service we do. We have these skinny shots to help with obesity and weight loss. So we do a lot of weight management, nutrition training, and things like that as well. So.
I'm going to be talking to you after we get off this show here. I like the sound of that skinny shot thing. But so tell me a little bit about your staff, about your co-workers, your co-owners of the company.
Okay. So Omar Longoria and Criselda Garza Molino, those are the other 2 owners. They're both also nurse practitioners. We've known each other for many, many years. And so over the last few years, we really developed a close relationship, almost like siblings, and eventually decided to, open the clinic. We are just over our 1-year mark at the clinic. We have wonderful, wonderful staff. So we have 2 front desk people that do both front desk and our admin stuff. And then Bianca and Maria are 2 MAs. Like, all of our patients know them very well. They get very involved with the patient care to help us make sure that everything is managed like it should be. So
you get to work with your close friends, huh?
Yes. Yes.
That's got to be cool. Kind of like here, yes. I get to work with my close friends back there, Juan and Renee. So it's a lot of fun. Is there anything else you want to mention about the Vitality Family Medical Group that I might have forgotten to ask you?
No, we're open 8 to 5. We're always accepting new patients, walk-ins. We have availability. We're able to get patients in and out. I know that's a big thing for especially our working population, that they having to wait hours and hours at the doctor's office. We try our best to make sure that we set up our scheduling to where you're in and out within a short period of time. So
fantastic. And once again, the address to Vitality Family Medical Group is 100 West Pecan Boulevard in McAllen, Texas. Their office number is 956-322-3120. That's 322-3120. Now, do you happen to do, just in case anyone is watching, I know we've got some folks from like the Dallas area that like to respond a lot and comment on some of our shows. We had some folks from Houston that also comment. Do you do any telehealth?
Yes, we do offer virtual visits. So
yes, so you could be in Dallas and consulting with Sarah here. Fantastic. Once again, the number is 956-322-3120, vitalityfamilymedicalgroup.com. That's vitalityfamilymedicalgroup.com, where compassion meets expertise. I like that.
Thank you.
I like that slogan. That's a nice slogan. Well,
thank you.
Thank you for making the time to come out and talk to our audience. I know that a lot of our folks might be suffering from allergens, since it's going around right now. I know that some of our viewers might be struggling with diabetes or some of these other things that you could definitely help them out with.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
Any last words before we wrap up?
No.
Once again, shout out to the gentleman here from Vitality that came with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you to both of them.
Fantastic. And thank you for watching. And we're going to put the links on this video so that you can reach out to Sarah Atkins and set up an appointment if you'd like. Once again, thank you for watching and for listening to 97.7 FM. Until next time, keep it right here.